Hello and welcome to our site and our Xcelerate product overview. Are you sick of sky-high fuel prices? Well, if you are, let us show you the solution today. Xcelerate International and its fuel tabs. So we're going to talk about the fuel tabs, but we're also going to talk about potential opportunity to partner with Xcelerate International to share some savings with people you know and love. But first of all, let's talk about these prices. Australia is experiencing a growth in prices up over $2 a litre at the moment. The US has seen prices up as high as $7, $8, and even $9 a gallon. So fuel prices are just going crazy. It's the talk at the moment. It's the topic right now. It's a problem that we need to solve. But you know what? There's other financial strains happening at the moment, like high inflation. Here in Australia, I heard something recently talking about a 7+% inflation rate with a 1 to 2% rate of income growth, which is crazy. There's such a disparity between those two. You've got interest rate rises happening at the moment. We've had record lows up until recently, but they're starting to bounce back. So people's money is not as long as the month circumstances. So today we want to talk about fuel saving opportunities. We're going to talk about the opportunity to save in maintenance. We're going to talk about the opportunity also to put money back in your pockets with a business potentially. So first we're going to talk about the product. On this page, we're going to talk about the product and how it came about and what it can do for you. Then on the next page, if you go down the bottom of this page and click on See Our Free Business System, you'll be able to click on that and you'll be able to see how you can partner with Xcelerate International to put money back in your pocket, helping other people put money back in their pocket, which is pretty exciting. So let's go and talk about how Xcelerate came to be. So back in 1986, Dr. Parrish was working with the Hercules rocket program to help with burn rate modulation of the fuel in those rockets. In that journey, he formulated a solid rocket fuel for NASA. And that was the birth of what we see today. If you hear anything about NASA science, or you hear anything about a rocket science or Nobel Prize winning science in organometallics or anything like that, this was all born from this science that we're talking about today that Dr. Parrish brought to the NASA program. Back in 1994, worldwide testing began on a consumer-level fuel catalyst that would help with commercial and industrial applications and now has evolved to the consumer market. But in 2006, Dr. Parrish and the Rennsli Corporation submitted a patent, and they filed a patent for a pre-activated hydrocarbon carrier that eventually became our fuel tabs. The patent application was accepted in 2011, and in between 2011 and 2022, our CEO and founder, Dan Maltese, was really not happy with the way that people were being rewarded in the space that we're talking about, in the referral marketing space. He also was looking for a product that would be beneficial or would help people every single day. And the journey led him to working with some companies in the fuel treatment space. And then he decided that he wanted to go out and find out where these fuel treatments all evolved from. And in 2022, he found the patent that we've just discussed, or the one we've just talked about, and was able to get in the same room with a gentleman named Thomas Parrish, the president and son of Dr. Parrish, who now runs the Rennsli Corporation, and they struck up a conversation about how he would like to take this amazing new product offering to the consumer marketplace. And the nice thing about this is that in 2022, Xcelerate International was born or founded, but it's also partnered with a product that has been used in millions of vehicles around the world. It's been used by millions of customers. It's treated billions of gallons of fuel and has traveled billions of miles in commercial, industrial, shipping, all those different places. So let's talk about. So Xcelerate was founded in April 2022, and it was born out of the belief that integrity and people come before profits. That was really important to them. They're a debt-free company, privately owned, focused on bringing quality, equity, and thrivability to the marketplace for both customers and distributors. So it's very important for them that customers benefit from great pricing, great benefits, get a product that works, and the distributors of the product also are rewarded with a lucrative rewards plan, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on. Next, we launched into the US, Canada back in June. We then went into the Australian and the UK markets in August, September, and now have launched into the Philippines in October 2022. We're excited to announce that New Zealand has just opened as well. So we're now in 6 markets, and to be able to grow as fast as we've been able to grow, we need strategic partnerships. Obviously, the first is the Rennsli Corporation. We went out, found the best and first to market in this product category. A lot of companies, what they do is they tend to grow out of their partnerships, and we wanted to make sure that the partnerships we had, we would be able to grow into those partnerships. Most companies that partner with this company, Landmark Global, have to be significantly older and have many, many more arms to their business, if you want to call it. And we were fortunate enough to be a startup partnering with Landmark Global, a shipping powerhouse founded in 2004 with over 36,000 employees around the globe. They also ship 1 million packages per day to over 220 destinations worldwide. So we're very, very fortunate to have that strategic partnership. And what is the product that we're offering and what's in the package? So it's the original fuel tab, 6 tablets per packet. It treats 20 gallons per tablet. You'll see there's a logo on the front of the tab, and on the back it's scored in 4 directions, so you can split it into 4 parts, treating 5 gallons per part. So if you have smaller engines that you need to treat, we're able to do that as well. It's 100% biodegradable, 100% safe for gas and diesel engines. It's the fastest dissolving tablet in the marketplace, and its proprietary and patented ingredients have 35 years of research and development behind them. And the statement at the bottom of this page you're going to love: purple, green, or in between, all other fuel tabs and formulations originated with Rennsli. In some way, shape, or form, they've originated with Rennsli. So let's talk about the technology behind it. It lowers the burn rate without pre-ignition. So what it does, it takes the burn rate right down so that it burns all of the fuel possibilities. It lends an electron to the acid carbon in your fuel and just makes it burn more efficiently. It's got a full nano encapsulation of organometallic active ingredients. So part of the patent that we have allows us to have a coating that is thermally stable and basically won't break down until it needs to. It's 100% dissolved in all hydrocarbon fuel sources, which is fantastic, and it just increases the burn rate. As you can see from this illustration here, it just really helps all of the carbon. So any unused carbon is burnt as well, and the technology behind it is fantastic. We're not going to talk too much about the chemistry and the full analysis of the product in its entirety. We have other videos if you like to see those. Ask the person that sent you to this website to send you some more information about that, and you can also get a really great interview with Thomas and Dan ask them for that, and there's an FAQs down the bottom of this page that you can click on, and you'll see a lot more information about the technology and what it's all about. But let's talk more about the Rennsli Xcelerate partnership and what it brings to the table and what it really does for us. So it's essentially formulated by a PhD chemist and rocket scientist. We've talked about that. It's an amazing benefit of working with Rennsli. They've treated 4 billion gallons of fuel. If you're from the metric family of countries around the world, like Australia and Canada and some of the others, that is 18 plus billion litres of fuel treated in 20 countries with decades of measurable long-term results, which is fantastic. It's EPA registered in the US. Important footnote, if you're selling consumer level fuel treatments, you must have an EPA registration in the name of the product that you're selling. And that's an extremely important element. So imagine if you're driving down the road and a police officer pulls you over for speeding and he knocks on the window and you hand him your passenger's driver's license. That wouldn't be legal. Well, it's the same for fuel treatments. If you're selling to consumer level customers in the USA, you must have an EPA registration in the name of the product. Over 35 years of research and development, it's the fuel tab that all other fuel tabs try to duplicate. I believe that imitation is the best form of flattery. Well, it's no different here. It means there's a market if other companies are trying to do what you do. It also tells you a little something about business in general. I've learned something over the years that if you find something you love, make it a hobby. But if you find something the world loves, needs, solves a major problem, make that your business. And right now we have a product that solves major issues around the world. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the patent. Obviously the patent is incredibly important. It's patented worldwide. We have the US, Australian and Canadian patents, but the worldwide patent covers 184 countries globally, which is incredible. But it's not just about fuel savings. It's about saving on other things in your vehicle, so mechanically and so on. So the first one we're going to talk about is the fact that carbon builds up in your engine very, very rapidly. As you can see in this example right here, untreated fuel on the left and treated fuel on the right burn very, very differently from a carbon emission standpoint. You can see here the buildup on this piece of paper. This is what's happening in your engine with untreated fuel, because carbon buildup happens from about 20,000 miles or 32,000 kilometers. It causes amazing amounts of damage to your engine, carbon buildup in your spark plugs, your pistons, all of your catalytic converter and many other parts become corroded and worn, and that will trigger loss of power, engine hotspots, many other things will happen in your engine. But in very, very simple terms, this is going to give you higher maintenance costs and a shorter engine life. I get many people who have luxury vehicles or high-end vehicles or brand new vehicles that say to me, should I use this tablet now? Because obviously my car's new and there's nothing to clean up. Well, actually, in fact, it's about protecting your engine in the long term or even in the short term for that long-term damage that's going to be caused. You can see here from the pistons that are untreated to treated with the formula, incredible difference. You can see here a catalytic converter that's untreated and one that's treated. A picture paints 1,000 words, as they say. It's incredibly obvious right there in front of you. What sort of vehicles can this treat? Well, it's going to treat trucks, pickup trucks, passenger vehicles, motorcycles. You know, you've got your Sea-Doos and jet skis, leisure craft like boats, even gardening equipment like chainsaws and lawnmowers. If you know somebody in farming, you've got combine harvesters and big machinery that can be treated as well, and even your luxury sports car. So our customers have reported several benefits, including lower emissions and somewhere up to 80% lower carbon emissions, because it's stopping that additional carbon burn. You've got fuel savings, as we've discussed. up to 20% in many cases, and we've seen in excess of that. But it's not necessarily going to affect every vehicle exactly the same. Many different benefits will come out from different vehicles. You'll have smoother drive, fewer hesitations, and more even idle. Just to give you an example on that fuel savings concern that a lot of people have, is that one of our leaders has actually got a LS600 Lexus, and he's recently taken his fuel from putting 98 octane onto 91 octane because the tab will improve the way the gasoline burns. And in many cases, if you did that, you'd have an engine light warning on your dash. His has not done that, proving that he can still run that and he hasn't had any loss of power, still drives smoothly, all that sort of stuff. Less maintenance and more power. But there's also concerns about warranties and things like that. And they're not necessarily warranted, pardon the pun, because many manufacturers cannot enforce that, because if a treatment is undetectable in fuel and it doesn't cause any adverse effects, they cannot void your warranty from you just using that in your car. But we have a zero harm guarantee to give you peace of mind that it's guaranteed that it won't damage your engine, the gas system, the diesel engine or fuel system. And in the last 30 plus years, there's been zero insurance claims or negative side effects on this product. So you can rest assured that there's going to be no issues. It's OEM compliant, original manufacturer compliant, which means our patented formula releases all of the fuel's energy without altering the fuel's chemistry, and it's 100% safe for use in any vehicle, which is great. You can see we've got many testimonials that we've had since inception back in June in the US. We've had testimonials on testimonials, and you can go to our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/grab the tab. If you want to have a look at that, you can ask the person who invited you to this site for the link. They can invite you and you can just look for yourself. But there's a very important element to this, is that claims cannot be made without evidence. Letters or statements from customers and distributors do not fulfill the FTC's requirements around claims. So the claims that are made must be backed up by real testing, and we've got data around testing on testing on testing, as you can see in front of you here. So now that we've talked about the product and what it's all about, we're going to start talking now about how you, if you get the same benefits that we've found other people are getting, and you decided to share this with other people, how you can be rewarded for that. And I want to ask a couple of questions before you move on to the next page. So down the bottom of this page, you'll have the opportunity to become a customer or have a look at our free business system. All right, so there's two buttons at the bottom of this page. You'll choose which one you want to go to. If you decide you want to be a customer, great, go and check that out. You can jump onto your referrer's website. Their username should be encoded into this website, so click that customer button. The second part of what you want to do, if you decide you want to share this and put some more money back in your pocket from sharing this amazing fuel-saving technology, we can help you with that, and it'll be on the next page of this website that you're on. But let me ask you a question before you continue. Have you ever referred a good movie? I'm sure you're going to be a resounding yes from everybody who lands on this page. When was the last time the studio sent you a free ticket for doing exactly that? When did they give you a reward for referring the good movie? I've referred many movies. I love movies. I'm a big fan of movies, but never have I been given a free ticket because I referred it. So the studio has never reached out to me and congratulated me. Have you ever referred a nice restaurant? I'm sure you have. And when was the last time they sent you a voucher for a free meal because you referred somebody else? I'm sure there's never been a case where you've had that. There may be one or two, but very, very rarely. Well, how would you like to get paid to share savings? Well, with Xcelerate International's Fuel Tabs, you can. And on the next page of this website, down the bottom, you're going to click the button down the bottom there. You'll be able to go and check out how you can make money saving people money on something they use daily. I hope you enjoyed this product presentation. Please feel free to reach out to the person who referred you here, become a customer, or partner with them in the business. Thank you.